Welcome to another edition of News Bites here on Daily World Television. My name is Kal Korff and I'm your host. The United States military has conducted at least 20 airstrikes against al-Qaeda terrorists who are holed up in Syria and Iraq. This is the first major attack against al-Qaeda in the last few days, and the Trump administration has gone public with it. Now, while most of the media's attention is on the Islamic State, let's be clear, al-Qaeda still remains a threat to the entire world. This is because the very nature of al-Qaeda is not monolithic. They're in dozens of countries, like the Islamic State is, and both the Islamic State and al-Qaeda are actually terrorist group rivals. Al-Qaeda has had its thunder stolen by the success of the Islamic State, especially when they took over key parts of Syria and most of the country of Iraq. Now, what unites these two groups, even though they don't like each other and they are known for killing each other's operatives, is that they are what are called Islamo-fascist terrorist groups. And let me explain briefly what that is. An Islamo-fascist group seeks worldwide conquest, not regional, but global conquest. You may remember that the Islamic State, a couple of years ago, published its so-called 5-year plan, where they said they're going to retake all the lands ever conquered by Muslims in the past. This is from the edge of Portugal on the Atlantic Ocean all the way down to the southern tip of India. In other words, if a Muslim ruler in the past dared to even set a toe on a piece of land, the Islamic State says it's Islamic or Muslim forever, and they want to reconquer that land. Al-Qaeda also seeks global conquest. Both of these terrorist groups are united, in theory, under a single powerful ruler, or what they call a caliph. In the case of Al-Qaeda, it is Dr. Ayman al-Zawahiri. In the case of the Islamic State, it is al-Baghdadi. So, this is why they're called fascist or Islamo-fascist, because they seek to rule the world under, again, global conquest and united under a single all-powerful fascist-type ruler, but with an Islamic twist. Now, another term for some terrorist groups are Islamist terrorist groups, and they're different. Islamist groups do not seek global conquest. Perhaps the best example of an Islamist group are the Afghan Taliban. The Afghan Taliban just want to control Afghanistan, maybe parts of Pakistan, but nothing further. They're not interested in what happens in Alaska. They're not interested in what happens in the United States or Europe. They're just interested in regional domination. So an Islamist group, to repeat, although it may have an all-powerful leader, they are interested only in regional conquest, whereas a Islamo-fascist group is interested in global conquest.